Let's look at how to create and print a NumPy array. Before you start, import the NumPy library. Give it an alias name, NP. This is a standard practice which will be followed in all the examples and projects in this course. Then, create a new ND array. Name it in such a way that it is self-explanatory. This is a good practice, as it will help you identify variables easily. To create an array, use the syntax np.array as shown here. To print this array, simply type the print command followed by the variable name. You can also create an array of zeros using the zeros method. Please note that the syntax here is slightly different from the one used to create regular arrays. Similarly, you can create an array containing only ones. Using NumPy, you can also create an empty array. What happens in this case is that NumPy fills in the array with random numbers. Though there are some uses for this function, it should be used with caution, as the array would contain the random numbers unless you set them manually. Arrange is a very common method used to create NumPy arrays of certain data length. For example, here we create a NumPy array of length 12. Note that the array contains 12 elements, starting from 0 and ending with 11. You can reshape this one-dimensional array to a two-dimensional array, or 3 rows and 4 columns using the reshape method. Linspace is a method which takes 3 arguments. The first number indicates what the start element of the array will be. The second number indicates the end of the array. The last number shows what the interval will be. The interval instructs how many evenly spaced elements should exist in the array, including the first and the last elements. As we already saw, the arrange and reshape methods can be used to create one-dimensional and two-dimensional arrays. The two methods can also be used to create a three-dimensional array. In this instance, we're using the arrange method to create an array of 15 elements. Here, we can use the reshape method to change the 15-element one-dimensional array into a two-dimensional array of 3 rows and 5 columns. Let's see how we can create a three-dimensional array. In this case, we used the arrange method to create a one-dimensional array of 27 elements, followed by the reshape method to change it to a three-dimensional square array. You have learned about the arrange, reshape, zeros, ones, and empty methods to create different arrays. You have also learned about the linspace method to create an array of equally spaced data elements. ndarray.ndim. This refers to the number of axes or the dimensions of the array, which means that it will indicate whether it is a one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional array. It's also called the rank of the array. Click Example to explore the attribute. ndarray.shape describes the structure of an array. It consists of a tuple of integers, indicating the size of the array in each dimension. For a matrix with n rows and m columns, the shape will be n m. So the length of the shape tuple is the rank
Click
or
Example
ndim.
to explore the attribute.
ndarray.size indicates the number of elements present in an array. It's equal to the product of the elements of its shape
Click
tuple.
Example to explore the attribute.
ndarray.dtype is an object that describes the type of elements in the array. You can also create or specify dtypes by making use of standard Python types. NumPy also provides its own types, such as numpy.int32 or
Click Example to
numpy.int16
explore the
or
attribute.
numpy.float64. These are some basic operations that can be applied on a NumPy array. They are quite useful for data wrangling. Consider 4 cyclists riding a certain distance during 2 trials. To calculate the total distance each cyclist rode, add both the arrays. NumPy uses the indices of the elements in each array to add them up. This is also known as vector addition. Since this addition takes place element by element, it's also referred to as an element-wise operation. In this demonstration, you will see how you can apply a few basic operations on an array. The first step is to import the NumPy library. To add or subtract 2 numbers, use the syntax shown here.